What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the show. In this video, I talk about why and why you. It's an incredibly important messaging and idea that you need to get down whenever you're about to start a business or when you're already working a business and you're choosing your clients. These are two of the key things that you need to know. If you find value in this video, please do me a quick favor. Click the like button, comment down below a question that you have or one of the next videos you want me to shoot, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ravi Show. I'm your host, Ravi.
And I'm your host, Ravi.
And today, we're talking about the two key points of marketing, and maybe the two key points of selling, but probably the two key points of marketing when we're deciding if we're going to help a client or someone's a good fit, or when you're deciding, should I start a business? Is this the right industry for you? You really want to look for just two key things, and I'm going to show you what those are right now. Number one, very, very important question. Why? I know what you're thinking, like, oh, this is all the foo-foo stuff, like find your why and know why you're doing something. That's actually not what I'm talking about. We're talking about marketing here, so the first thing is why. And what I mean by why is why would someone buy your product? Why would somebody take your service? And when you're marketing to somebody, you have to answer this question for that end consumer, for the end user. So if you're asking why, let's say, for example, a dentist, when you're marketing to people for dentists, you don't have to explain why people should get their teeth whitened. They already pretty much innately know it, and all mass media and society shows us that we should have our teeth whitened so that people will like us, okay? So that's the why. So a dentist would be super easy for a why. Okay, so if you're trying to get dentists as clients, or you're trying to start a business, or you're trying to be a dentist, all those are really, really easy sells. And that is what we want to focus on for all of our businesses that we're creating, and all the lead generation that we do for other businesses is focusing on the why aspect of what our end consumer wants. And if I'm easily able to be like, hey, buy a house. Everyone already knows they should buy a house. Get your teeth whitened. You already know you can get your teeth whitened. You should straighten your back. You already know you should straighten your back. You should eat healthy. You already know you should eat healthy. It's easier to sell people, and it's easier for people to understand your message if this is easy. A lot of problems I see is that people choose a very difficult topic for this. So why I could be like a life coach. It's very hard to be a life coach. It's very hard to get clients as a life coach. Another hard why, I had a conversation with a gentleman today, one of my clients. He wants to do marketing for another company that's a software company that also helps education products. And that company, the software company he was going to work for, didn't even have their messaging down. They didn't even know why their end user would use them. And so they're trying to get him to market to the end user for him. But it's like, that's a very hard sell. You're some kind of software company that helps a school or an educational institution understand cyberbullying and not vaping. And it was all very convoluted. And I pretty much told him straight up, I was like, look, I don't think that's a good client. I don't think that's a good industry. We look for people that it's a super easy sell, and I don't have to put a whole lot of effort into the back end process of it, because all I really want to focus on is number two, which is actually why you, right? So first one's why would they use that product or service? Second one is why you. If you can keep yourself focused primarily on just selling the why you, your life becomes so much easier, like incredibly easier. Because instead of just saying, hey, this is why you need a life coach, or hey, this is why you should have this, or this is why you should have that, this is why you should work with our software company, if you can just skip that process and you can just go why you should be the life coach, specifically you, because they're searching for life coaches, they know the value in life coaches, or why you should be the real estate agent because they know they need one to buy a house, or why you should be the dentist they use to clean their teeth, or why you should be the lead generation company they use to generate leads. Like, that's the great thing about like lead generation companies and advertising agencies. That's why they're so hot, because you don't have to convince them why. I think that the whole market is educated at this point that online advertising and lead generation is an incredibly important thing to have in a business. Almost the most important. I mean, if you think about it, it is the most important. Set appointments, take appointments. And so you don't have to cover this. So you can do direct cold outreach on just the why you portion of it. Okay? So you have to think when you're choosing a client, when you're choosing a business, when you're choosing an industry, what you have to think of is, which one of these am I handling? If you're doing the why and the YU, it's totally doable. It's a lot longer of a buying cycle, and it takes a lot more energy, a lot more time, and a lot more money, to be honest with you, to do both of these together. Okay, that's why we don't work a lot of time with life coaches, and we don't work with a lot of people that are like just super unique, like, you know, what do they call when they read your future? Psychics, anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to convince someone they need to go see a psychic and then that you're the psychic they should work for. I'm trying to just have people already bought into what I'm selling, and I just need to tell them why they should work with us. Lifetime guarantee, the largest record in the industry, lowest prices, whatever it is. That's the why you portion. Just the value of you, they're buying into you as a brand. That's the why you portion, okay? So from now on, when you guys are going to take on a client, you're starting a business, whatever it is, think why and try to avoid if this is hard, and then think why you. Because that's also really important with it as well. If you're trying to work with a client that has a super easy why, let's say they're a lead generation company or they're a dentist or whatever, and then you're thinking about working with them because of the why you, well, they have 1 star on Yelp and 1 star on Google reviews, and they have a shitty office, then now everyone knows they need a dentist, but it's going to be a lot harder for you to sell somebody who's a dentist who has 1 star on Google and Yelp and all that stuff as well, right? So you have to have both of these together, and you just have to make sure if it's your client that they are an important quality person with reputation and experience in the industry. If it's you, you need all those things, and it makes your life a whole lot easier to sell when you have both those things. So that's why and why not the 2 key points of marketing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this kind of stuff for you. I want you guys to do me a favor. Comment down below a type of business that you have that you're not sure if it hits the why or if it hits the why not. And let me actually answer it and help you guys out a little bit more if you're thinking of starting a business or thinking of working with a business. Also, do me a quick favor, smash the like button and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon.